Welcome everyone. Hey guys, it's Sark, and today we're going to be starting off something new with a brand new reaction video. And what are we reacting to? This fine fellow over here, Dr. Geoff Lindsay. I'm pretty sure it's not pronounced Geoff, it's Jeff. I'm sorry. We're just starting off with a little phonetic joke, I guess. Dr. Geoff Lindsay is a graduate of University College London and has a PhD from the University of California in Los Angeles and has taught at UCL, Edinburgh, and Cambridge universities, and has a slew of other, well, all the good stuff, all the level ups, basically, all the upgrades you can get. This guy knows his stuff. So we're going to be looking at one of his videos here very specifically. This one right here, English speech rhythm, revealing how the Pink Panther teaches English rhythm. I'm kind of interested where we're gonna go with this. So, you know what? And I know you guys are looking at me. That you guys don't look at me like that. The fact that the Pink Panther is in this video has absolutely nothing to do with why I am reacting to this video. Let's actually pop this open.
Ask not what your
And get this
country
started.
can do for you.
Oh, there's the Pink Panther.
For you.
I made my previous video on English weak forms to demonstrate that they actually exist, because
Dr.
few
Lindsay.
people, native speakers or non-natives, realise how basic they are to English and how widespread. But that video didn't really go into how weak forms are actually pronounced and the role they play in the rhythm of the language. So let's get into that right now. English, like other languages, has content words and function words. Most words are content words. They have most of the meaning and make up the bulk of any dictionary. New content words appear all the time, like COVID. Now the function words are fixed. You could fit all of them on a page or two. But they're everywhere, connecting or specifying the content words.
These are all the tiny little words that we use.
Typically stressed, and function words are typically unstressed. But what we're interested in is that many of the function words, not all, but many, go a step further and are usually pronounced with the colourless vowel schwa, even in careful.
Now this is gotta be the best of all the phonetics out there. Of all the letters, even the forgotten letters of the alphabet of English, this has got to be the best one out there. Schwa. Just Schwa. Your name is Schwa. Like, someone should probably go and name their kid Schwa. They don't do it. You'd probably get mocked terribly, but it's just such a Schwa. Yeah, it's got a very debonair air, very dapper, I would say. Schwa. And kind of looks like a E that's been rotated. Maybe that's why it's such a fun word. It's like the sharks. You know, when you flip sharks over, they kind of like it. But I'm digressing. Schwa.
Formal speech.
Across the Commonwealth and around the world, we have seen heartwarming stories of people coming together across the
Content words are
Let's
typically stressed
repeat
and
this.
function words are typically unstressed. But what we're interested in is that many of the function words, not all, but many, go a step further and are usually pronounced with the colourless vowel schwa, even in careful, formal speech.
across the Commonwealth and around the world, we have seen heartwarming stories of people coming together to help others.
So this is just to point out that using the schwa to pronounce those words, those particular type of words, is not the lazy way out. It is actually the proper way.
But probably the most important
Like even the Queen does it, right? So
thing about weak forms is something I didn't cover in my previous video.
this was probably recorded before her passing, I think. 1 month ago. So maybe not. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, let's move backwards a bit.
The important thing about weak forms is something I didn't cover in my previous video, and it's this. Weak forms are not independent words. You can't say them on their own. They have to be attached to a strong word, and the strong word typically follows, which means that weak forms are usually prefixes. Take the word today, which is day plus a prefix. Any dictionary will tell you that the prefix contains schwa, today.
Today.
It's a weak syllable,
Today.
so weak in fact that the schwa can even disappear. Today.
Today.
Well, to
Today.
do is generally pronounced the same way. The preposition to in its weak form is identical to the prefix on today. So, to do, to do.
To do.
I shall not have strength to carry out this resolution alone, unless you join in it with me, as I now invite you to do.
To do. To do. To do. To do. To. So, it's not to, it's to.
To do. To do.
You can make the same
To
thing
do.
about together and to gather.
The sense of purpose we can find in coming together.
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 People of all faiths have been unable to gather. Together.
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 And it's the same with forgot.
Together. 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 It's the same. Here one. Forgot and forgot. Forgot and forgot.
And for God.
All will be well. For God, for God, for God.
Will never be forgotten. Forgotten. Forgotten.
And conserve is typically pronounced like conserve.
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 Conserve. Conserve.
Conserve.
Conserve.
Conserve.
Conserve.
Conserve.
Conserve.
Oh, so they're both saying, they're either saying conserve or can serve, but they're saying it the same way, conserve and conserve.
So weak forms are not just pronounced with a different vowel. Typically, they're just a little bump or hiccup on the start of a following fully fledged stressed word. A book, the time, to go, for hours, of course, and now, from home, as soon than ever, but also that wins, can run, are out, there isn't, have left, was hot, were ill. And as we saw before, you can get more than one of these prefixes in a row.
I dreamt there was an emperor.
There was an, as, or you could also say as was a, there was a.
There was an emperor.
Technically, this prefixing is called cliticization.
Okay. Guys, I'm giving you a minute. I'm just going to give you a minute here. Yeah, just let it out. Just let it out. It's okay. It's a very, very serious word that could, well, I guess you could say it's very titillating. Oh boy. You know, there's other words in the English language that are really, really boring words, but sound kind of naughty. Now, you have this one here, which, like I said, sounds naughtier than it really is. How about orogeny? That would be O-R-O-G-E-N-Y, orogeny. It is the folding of tectonic plates that causes a uplift of mountains. Orogeny, orogenesis, orogenes, orogeny. So yeah, you fold the tectonic plates under the earth and it causes a upthrust of an erogenous zone where mountains get erected. Very boring subject. All right, let's keep going.
Of course, it isn't shown in writing, and writing is usually prioritized when non-natives learn English. So non-native English is often characterized by these forms.
So just to point out, I've always said it before. Some of you who know me know this. But English is not spoken as it is written. It is not. It is different. Spoken English is definitely a different beast from written English.
When non-natives learn English. This prefixing is called cliticization. Of course, it isn't shown in writing,
Are you guys done? Are you guys done? Let's get past this part, okay?
and writing is usually prioritized when non-natives learn English. So non-native English is often characterized by these forms being pronounced not as little prefixes, but as fully fledged words. Now, if you're speaking English to us natives, you're not really helping us by constantly directing our attention to words we usually criticize. For us, it's like putting a big distracting frame around the Mona Lisa.
Huh.